Hey folks, how you doing today? Welcome back to Trailmakers. Um, you know, um, yeah. So I built another boat because I was like, I want to build a different boat. So I built this thing. Still needs some work. Um, but I like the way it looks. It does that. It leans. No, there's some, you know, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I built this guy. You know what? I see something I don't like here. I want to check something out real quick before we get into doing the carrier. Okay, okay, that doesn't work. I didn't think it would, but I just wanted to make sure. And that definitely doesn't work. It'd be nice if we had like a tube that was like a 1x2 or something, or 1x3 or something, that kind of like instead of just this. Because I mean that kind of looks like crap, but you know what? Whatever, it is what it is. I still like this. I still like the way this looks. Um, so this, if you go into the camera, it will aim the gun and the rocket. Yep. So I don't know. This is something a little cool. Something a little cool. All right. So back to our carrier. Um, I. So you remember this is a front, right? So here's the front of our carrier. I dropped that right on my head. Um, and here is the middle of our carrier. So you can see I marked out an area for, where am I at? Where the heck? Where am I on? How? Oh, I'm in the seat. I forgot this. I forgot this one has a seat. Dude. Um, wow. It's been a day. It's been a heck of a day. Okay, deep breath. We got this. I am not stupid. Well, yet. Um, so we've got to do a logic system on this that'll allow me to cycle through. I'll probably figure that out off camera because honestly, I'm not great at logic, so I'm not gonna torch you with that. I think today we're gonna build the island or the superstructure here. I got it marked out where I think is a good place for it. That might change, but I did mark that out off camera. Um, and we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, let's get to building this island. If you hear a weird whirring noise, which I doubt you will because it's pretty quiet, that's my 3D printer printing behind me. So if I'm not playing Trailmakers, I'm either spending time with my girlfriend, which is most of my time, working, which is the other most of my time, or doing like RC crawlers and whatnot. And I decided to take on a rather large task of building a 1/10 scale RC semi truck. Yeah, that's going to be a pain in the ass, like an absolute pain in the ass. But anyways, you're not here for that. You're here for building of this superstructure here. And I'm going to pull up a different picture of this thing. Just so I can, because the type in cvn, there we go. The little image I have doesn't really give a good detail, so I want to get something that's a little bit closer, so maybe I can see a little bit better of what I want this to look like, you know. Oh god, that mask is gonna be kind of a pain in the ass, I think. Where's it good photo of this thing. I think I want this maybe one wider, maybe two wider. Ooh, I don't know. So if I were to look at a top-down view, okay, I think that's good right there. So I'm gonna do this, do this. Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. Sure, we're just gonna go with that. We're just gonna make it easier. Just gonna make it easy on us. God, if I can go. We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna do it like that. Make sure our color is right here. This is default. Alright. Nope. If I get to a point where I feel this is getting boring, I'll just go ahead and fast forward it. So, but actually though, before I do that, kind of a funny story. When I was on the carrier, on this boat, me and a buddy of mine I mean, you kind of goof off when you're on the boat, right? Sometimes you goof off, sometimes you're just kind of screwing around, right? So when me and one of my buddies was on the boat, we were screwing around, of course, as you do, and perfect. And you know, yeah, we were messing around and we were doing glove checks with some gloves for electrical checking equipment, right? And what you do is you take the glove and you kind of roll it up from the base and roll it up towards the fingertips, and you put some baby powder on it, and you look to see if it has that's not gonna work, is it? Look to see if it has any powder coming out, right? And if it does, it means it's bad. So we were doing that, and like I said, we were goofing off. I'm also still trying to find a decent photo of this. Okay, that's actually not a bad one. That's pretty decent. I'll work with that. So yeah, we were doing that, and yeah, it. Long story short here, we goofed off a little too much, and we got called up to the flight deck to do some maintenance, and we were pretty much covered with baby powder, and yeah, it wasn't good. Let's put it that way. It wasn't good. We got in trouble for that one. Yeah, we got yeah, that was an oops. Shouldn't have done that type of deal thing going on. That's what that was. Oh God, you know, I want more detail in this, but I don't exactly know how exactly I'm going to go about doing that. Like, I'd have to build this like way bigger to get the amount of detail I want. But I think, you know what I could do? this actually is going to go... Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do here. So this guy here, we're going to go like that, and then we're going to do kind of like that there for that. And I think the front of that goes across, if I remember correctly. What's that look like on the front? Okay, this has a front here. There is a little radar dome here. You know, I wish we had better options for radar domes. I got greebles. Let's put a greeble on there. Kind of like that, maybe. And then we'll do... yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that like that. That'll make that piece. Alright. And then this is going to go like this. It's going to go like that. That's going to be that. Reese, you're not going outside right now, buddy. And then for the... yeah, hi. Do that. Kind of like that. This kind of goes... yeah, okay, so this is going to go like that. Like that, and then we're going to go like this. Okay, that's one. Does it again. That. These are going to be like the windows that look out. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do here. I think these need to go out one more. Do I need to split these up? I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. If I just do this. Let's see what this looks like. Another fun story. So there's out here on these windows, there's windshield wipers, right? Well, me and one of my fellow sailors, we had to go and fix some of these wipers. And well, they happen to they happen to call a man overboard drill right when we were in the middle of like we were literally like standing, like there's a little area right here where you can stand on, right? And we were on that area. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? You know what? Yeah, that'll work. We're just gonna leave that like that. I think it'll be okay. And we were standing there, right? And they called the man overboard drill. And I was like, okay, well, we are kind of stuck here. We can't, like, it's not an easy task to get from here all the way down to here, right? It's not just, yeah, it's not that easy. So we were like, what the hell do we do? Well, luckily, the captain of the boat and the executive officer of the boat and the command master of the boat were sitting in here, right? They're sitting in this area here that's going to be eventually glass, and we were pounding on the window. Now, this is thick glass, right? So it's not like knocking out a door. It's pretty solid stuff. So we were sitting there pounding on this, pounding and pounding, and they couldn't hear us until finally we're sitting there waving our hands. And I'm doing it now like you guys can see me, even though you can't. But we were waving our hands, and the CMC saw us doing this, and he pointed to us, and he pointed at the captain, and pointed back at us, and gave us a thumbs up. So, luckily, we didn't get in trouble for that, but that was pretty funny. That was entertaining. Okay, that looks okay. I'm literally looking at a photo of this thing that's absolutely darkened right now. So I'm going to go there. This one has a little... We're just going to simulate this by doing... Be too big. No, I think that's okay. Yeah, it's pretty big on there anyways. So this looks like another area for a radar. This thing has so many radars on it, it's ridiculous. Yeah, they're all over the place on this boat. Okay, so now we're going to go to a different photo where we can kind of see. Actually, this doesn't look like it's here at all. Two there. This looks like it comes out. So this is going to go. This one goes back quite a bit, like all the way, essentially to there. Uh-huh. Oh shoot. That's right. I'll go with that and that. Gonna keep that illusion of that going on there. Delete this. We're actually gonna bring this This guy here has a jut out, so right here we're going to have something kind of come out. We're going to do this guy here, there, like that. No, we're going to actually that and that. There we go. That goes that. And we're going to bring in I'm looking at another photo of this. That one definitely says 74, but it does not look like this other photo of 74 I'm looking at. Yeah, that is weird. Oh, you know what? I think that's an older photo, maybe. Huh. So one of these is definitely, I mean, it's the same boat. They both say 74, so I think one is just a newer image, essentially, is what I'm looking at. I don't know which one is which, but one of these has kind of like this thing jutting out here, and then right above, right up here, it has another round platform. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Not that. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to put that there. And this goes pretty much all the way back. Like that. Like that. Actually, you know what? This doesn't really do that. It goes more like this. And this just kind of sits like that, goes there. I don't know why I didn't just do this, honestly. So go like that. Lady says hello. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. Okay, I'm digging that. Okay. Now we gotta finish the top of this thing off and the back. Let's find and see if I find a picture of the back of what this looks like here. It's not a horrible one. It's not great. That's fuzzy in heck. You want the back end of... No. That's not going to work. Also not going to work. That's the front. So we got this one, that deck, and then this deck. This one has a giant so we'll go like that. You know what? These don't have windows. These don't have windows. Those are honestly just areas for people to remember that now. I remember that now. And this one actually didn't go that far in. Sure didn't. That's more like it there. Alright, and then we're going to put... Nope. It's going to go there. It's going to go like that. Alright. Okay, there we go. Leave that there like that. Okay. And this kind of comes out. I mean, yeah, kind of like that. Kinda. Boy. This is a pain in the ass. I don't know what is. I'm just going to do that. And then I think... we're going to do here... maybe piss and glitch... oh boy, I don't know. I mean... okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to do this. There. That's what I'm going to do. That looks fine. That looks fine enough. that. That there like that. Okay. That's how we're doing that. Across the top. That stops there. That goes there. Bring this up here. Like so. This. There we go. And okay. That's pretty darn close to what we want to see. Again, we have some more find someone I can use for that guy, this guy. There's a big giant one, big giant. What am I thinking? You know what I'm saying. Radar. Kind of sitting right there. I think we're going to build this like that. And then we're going to put it... Actually, you know what? Let's put all these things on rotating servos. Make them all go spinny spinny. There. Like that. Move that forward. And I'm going to put a NOR gate on all of these. Figurator. Boom, 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 boom. Justice speeds on all these, so they're all different. So I think I'm going to do here is turn that around, turn that around. I'm going to have these ones going that. Okay, folks. So it appears my audio has given up the ghost during this part of the recording. So, yeah, that sucks. I don't know why, but oh god, it's almost midnight. So, I don't even know where to start. So we're doing some logic here. It looks like we're doing a NOR gate that's going to tie into the radars with the servos I put up there and the hinges I put up there to get everything into the right. Get everything moving. Make it look a little more animated, a little more realistic, right? I'm tired. My dog's in my way. My girlfriend's at work. I'm all by myself. Bummer. Kidding. It's not bad. Yeah, so I'm just showing you guys here that we want to get these servos spinning. Now we're working on a mast, I think. Yep, there's a mast. So that's not a good location for that. I don't like the way that looked. Really wonder what's going on with my audio, because this is the second time this has happened. So I don't know, maybe I need a new mic, maybe it's the software, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, there'll be another post edit after this. Yay. Computers are fun, aren't they? Anyways, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna go let my dogs out. And I'll be back in a minute. Come on, Coco. Good boy. Put your coat. Good job. Alright. Yeah, see, I told you I'd be back. Much to your all's dismay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so we're doing the top of the mast now. A little bit of a radar dome. I do remember getting this done and having to do some adjustments on the way it floats and everything else like that. Later on, when I ended the video here, I spawned into the high seas map. Sorry, I'm drinking a pop and it's making me burp. Yeah, I spawned to the high seas map, and I got it all together. It was a pain in the ass to like get it going. It didn't want to move. It didn't really want to move because it didn't have enough power with the current and the seas and whatnot and the waves and the wind and everything else like that. So it wasn't turning, it wasn't doing anything. So I did some modifications. Made it move a little bit faster, put some more screws underneath it for turning and everything else, so I got it to actually move right. I also built up the logic to turn off the what are you doing, weirdo? Dogs are going nuts. I got the logic set up to turn. I'm trying to think how I'm trying to say this here. I got the logic set up so that when I sorry, I'm yelling again now. It's late. Leave me alone. When the two parts of the ship connect, it will turn off the turning screws, so those ones won't operate anymore once it connects. They'll still be there, but they will no longer function. They'll no longer operate. I'll show that in the next video, what I did there. And then I figured out a system to turn on the screws for the other, because I put one down in the bottom back of this boat just to tool around in the high seas map, get some some turning going on there, get some maneuverability, and it worked pretty good. So yeah. So I think at this point here, I think I'm almost done with this. We got the rear radar tower left to build up here, and then some float testing and whatnot, and that's the end of this video. But you still got a while to go. If you want to sit around for another like 20 minutes, that's about how long this is going to take. But yeah, so I think all I got left to do for this middle part here is figure out the logic for the elevators, which I'll probably do that tomorrow while the girlfriend is asleep. I'd like to work more on my RC parts, but I have since screwed up 3 prints. First one, the build plate came off and wasted a crap ton of resin that way. The second screw up, I printed the wrong part. I printed the first part again instead of the second part of 22. And the third screw up, I literally just ran out of resin. I thought I had enough in there. I thought I put the same amount I put in for the first part. It turns out I didn't. Apparently I had less. Who knew? I did when I looked at it and found out that I shouldn't be seeing the light shining through. Yeah. So now I gotta get more resin. It sucks. But, I figured before the end of the year, I'll have an RC semi truck that can haul 3 RC crawlers, I hope. I don't know if, you know what? I should actually measure that. I should see how long of a trailer I actually need to carry 3 of my RC crawlers. Yeah. Yep, I might do that after this. But, anyways, uh, keep watching the video. It's not done yet. There's plenty more to go. At the end here, you'll see me spawn into. I forgot which map I spawned into. The Carrier Reef. Is that what, Carrier Reef? Whatever it's called. Yeah, I spawned in there, and I tell you, this thing's gonna look pretty cool once it's all. Once it's all said and done. I am pretty happy with this build. It's turning out a lot better than my first carrier build for sure. I think a lot of that is the detail in the island. The superstructure here that I'm building up, a lot of that has to do with that. Definitely. And I hope the audio doesn't cut out here. Boy, would that suck. No, the recording didn't go away. I just muted the mic because I was taking care of some things. Anyways, I kind of fooled you guys here, and I said I was gonna end the video, and I didn't. And figured out some other things I wanted to do, like go float test it and whatnot. And I'm just blah 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 along, and yep, yeah, yeah, as you do. I just smooth out my one single print that I got. Looking at this thing, it's going to be absolutely gigantic. Just part of this, just this part I have, is already taller than the body of my other RC car. It's going to be huge. I don't know how much huger it's going to be, but it's going to be big. Coda, leave Achilles alone. That's not your food, buddy. You got snow in your cone. Are you a snow cone? Coda, are you a snow cone? Oh, hi, Reese. It's just a file, buddy. I swear, I promise you. Why are you sniffing the microphone? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so here we are. We're going to spawn into a different map. Don't knock my pop over, please. Thank you. We're going to spawn into the... hey, leave that alone. Would you just... when you got a German Shepherd and they get curious, their noses just go anywhere they want it to go. Hey, buddy. You a good boy? I'm telling you, there's nothing up here for you. That's just a microphone, weirdo. Are you a good boy? Yes, you are a good boy. So here we are in the next map. What was that? Okay, I'll give you some lovin's. I'll give you some lovin's. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Can I have a kiss? Oh, hi, Coda. Oh, God. I'm being attacked. I'm puppy attack. Jesus. Alright, guys. Bye, Reese. You can't sneak on. Reese, come over here. We're going to want some attention. You can't get attention from that side. And Coda's going to get angry. Hey, no. Hey. Enough of that. No growling, sir. Absolutely not. We don't do that in this house. You know that. Hmm? Okay. Good boy. Good boy. What? They're being attention hogs right now. You know that? Oh, probably because... What are you trying to do? You're not going to fit underneath there, buddy. You can't fit. You're not going to fit. You're not Coda. Coda barely fits underneath there. I know, buddy. You just want all the attention right now. I'm sorry. So here I am trying to put this thing together. It was a little bit of a struggle. It was quite a bit of a struggle here. I found out eventually that the starboard side, or the right side of the boat as you're facing forward, was a little tilted, right? So I had to adjust it, and I also found out that when I'm driving forward, it kind of lifts up, so I need more flotation in the rear. So I had more flotation in the rear and a little more on the starboard side. Also found out earlier on with that other boat that I made, the large buoyancy blocks, like the quarter round buoyancy blocks, have less flotation than the hull block. Even though they're roughly about the same size, so you figure they'd be pretty close to similar buoyancy. Oh no, they're way off. It's way off. It's pretty bad. So yeah, yep. And this is, I think, about where I figure out that the right side of the boat, the ship, if you will, um, or right around here is when I find out that it's kind of listing towards the starboard side a little bit. Maybe because all the weight I just added on from the superstructure there. You can kind of see it there too. You can kind of see it right here where it's kind of a little lower on that one side. Yeah. See, I just kind of took the one off the one side to kind of maybe get it to lift up on that side there. All the animals are happy. And Coda's looking around like, what? Me? Happy? I have to wear this cone. I'm sorry you had to wear a cone. And Reese, you still can't fit under the desk. You're going to try though, aren't you? Are you trying to fit under the desk? You can't turn around, can you? Doofus. Dude, you're like a 90-pound dog. You're not going to fit under the desk that a 30, 40-pound dog... Oh, yeah, you're 41 pounds. At last vet visit, he was 41 pounds. And Reese was close to 90. You're not going to fit in an area where a dog half your size can fit into. I'm sorry. Not going to happen, bud. Yeah, so this is where I'm talking about the buoyancy blocks and telling you that they don't have... They're far less buoyant than the hull blocks are. But anyways, I'm gonna shut the mic off again. I'm gonna leave it here. You guys have a nice day. Keep trailing on. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your aunts, your uncles, tell anyone who's lived any part of their life on an aircraft carrier that I am building one in this game, and maybe they want to check it out. Maybe they'll enjoy it. Maybe they'll have a little bit of nostalgia, and maybe they'll have some stories to tell you about when they were on a carrier, or in the service. Heck, tell anyone that's been in the service, and see what they think about this. Anyways, guys, mic's going off. I'm gonna let this video finish, and then yeah, I'll go ahead and re-edit and send it out. Should be out, well, I would say tomorrow, but it's already tomorrow. It'll be out today sometime. Have a nice night, guys.